The majority of people agree that adoption is the right thing to do in order to help children without parents grow in a stable home. But those same people seem to rarely consider adopting a child themselves. Think of it this way. If you were an orphan with no permanent home, would you like someone to adopt you? A nice family that can share your memories with and grow to love? If you answered yes, then think of all the children right now that pray and wish every night that they can finally be adopted the next day. I am not an adopted child, and chances are you may not be either. But imagine if you were. You may not have the childhood you have now. You may not even have a childhood to remember by. Because as a child, it was not under your control to be adopted or not. It was up to the adults. Now, why should we consider adopting a child? How about adopting a child from a foster care home? Or what about those couples that are willing to adopt, but are denied the act of adoption? First off, adoption has many benefits for the child, like a stable home, parents that will become role models, a more financially stable home. They have a higher chance of receiving a proper education, and of course, the unconditional love that will come from their new family. According to American Adoptions on Adopting Statistics, adopted children are more likely to live in a neighborhood that is safe, that have amenities, and is good physical condition compared to non-adopted children. As for the adoptive parents, the same article reads that 9 out of every 10 adoptive couples said the relationship they share with their adopted child is very close, and nearly half of them said their relationship is even better than expected. Couples have their reasons for not conceiving a child, but those that can are given the right and the chance to experience being parents and to attend their son's first baseball game or to help their daughter prepare for their first prom. So it's a wonderful experience becoming a parent. Now that we've discussed the benefits on adoption, let's talk about adoption from a foster home. Most couples considering adoption automatically neglect adopting from a foster care home for many reasons. Many think all children from foster care have some type of problem and issues they carry in reality. They are only children and they are learning to grow and understand, but how without a parent to guide them? Also, adoption from foster care home most of the time has no cost compared to private adoption where it can cost thousands of dollars being a parent. These children are willing to love and grow as any other. According to Families for Children, U.S. Senator Ben Cavanaugh, Washington, D.C. Mayor Anthony Williams, and Miss USA 2000 Lynette Cole were all once foster children who were adopted by caring adults. So feel free to ask them how their future turned out. Now that we've discussed the privilege of adopting, let's look at the gay couples that are denied the privilege. Many states deny same-sex couples to adopt. For example, Florida absolutely precludes them from adopting, along with Utah and Mississippi. The fact that some states are basing the right to adopt on sexual orientation is only causing less and less children to be adopted. The focus should be on the best provider for the child or the ability to parent that child, not the sexual orientation. Many worry that the child will have a harder life with same-sex couples, but according to Kristen Krazier's article on gay adoption, researchers Judith Stacy and Timothy Bethlarz of the University of Southern California reported that the children of homosexual parents show no difference in levels of self-esteem, anxiety, depression, behavior problems, or social performance, but do show a higher level of affection, responsiveness, and concern for younger children, and it seems to exhibit impressive psychological strength. So many children are left alone without adopting parents, so why ban a same-sex couple willing to provide that child with the exact same thing a heterosexual couple would? In this case, sexual orientation only matters because homophobia and discrimination say it matters. And in conclusion, we've seen the benefits of adoption, and for both the parent and the child. And foster care homes are not as bad as you thought. stop. And same-sex couples offer the same parenting abilities as heterosexual couples. And above all, think of all the children when it comes to adopting. Remember your childhood and how that was provided to you, and think of how you have the power to change a child's life. As Forrest E. Whitcraft once said, and I quote, "100 years from now, it will not matter what my bank account was, the sort of house I lived in, or the kind of car I drove, but the world may be different because I was important in the life of a child." Thank you.